Hey guys, Derek here. Today is my 4-week follow-up appointment that I had with my surgeon and day 29 since my double jaw surgery. So it's crazy that it's been 4 weeks. The first couple weeks just seem like they take so long, and now time is really starting to go by pretty fast. So for all you going through this, just hang in there, and the first few days and first couple weeks really are the worst, and then it gets a lot better. So I'll just talk about with my surgeon. So saw my surgeon, didn't really do a whole lot. He did change the elastics up. So before I had the elastics on an angle to help correct my midline, and my midline when I have my bite closed is dead on. Probably can't really tell, but it's good. So he changed my elastics up a bit. So on the right side I just have the one on an angle, and that is help pulling things in line, and then on the left is a box. With my midline, when I'm at rest, it still does go kind of to the side. He said that I have a sloppy joint, whatever that means, but really as long as my bite's closing correctly, which it is, that's the most important thing. Oh, one thing I wanted to mention too is I have a chipped tooth on the front that I've had since I was maybe 6 years old, and I think maybe when I'm done all this braces and jaw surgery stuff, maybe I'll get it capped, but in case you're wondering, that's not related to the surgery or anything. That's just from when I was a clumsy child. So anyway, I also wanted to clarify my food restriction, because I was kind of getting a little adventurous and kind of chewing a bit. Not a lot of pressure at all. I was being very cautious, but I just talked to him and clarified, and he said that still just things that I can mash with my tongue. So not chewing at all. So just keep that in mind. And he said it's going to be like that for 2 more weeks. So at my 6-week fall time, then I can start chewing. So, and obviously it'll be working my way up. It's super awkward still in my mouth, but I feel like my teeth are starting to close a bit better. So he's really happy with my range of motion, because I can open my mouth pretty good, and that's with the elastics in, so that's obviously holding it in place a bit. And I don't know, I've seen videos where people can't really open their mouth at all, so I'm really happy about that. Weight loss, I think I've lost maybe 2 more pounds in the last week. So just need to be a little bit more diligent with that, getting in the food and the protein. But I'm not really concerned about it. My energy is way better even just starting the mashed foods, so that's really important. Numbness numbness is pretty well stable from last week. Starting to get a little bit feeling here, but really this whole area is numb. Pretty well numb. So, I mean, I was having a lot of tingling and itchiness, but that seemed to have gone away the last few days. I'm not really getting that anymore. And again, I can tell that I'm pushing on it, but it's nowhere near 100%. Probably like not even 50%. But my bottom lip is getting better. Still, you know, a lot of tingling when I press on it, and just on the left half. And then this part, not really much of anything. So hopefully that'll come back, but I guess I can't really, I'll get what I get in the end. Feeling, I still don't have feeling on the front of my gums, but I did notice yesterday when I was brushing my teeth, I could feel the bristles on my palate, on the roof of my mouth, just on the left side, and then I can kind of feel around the molars and the gums on the inside, around more towards the back. But feelings coming back on my top palate, which I'm really happy with, because it feels like, well, it must be like what dentures are like to eat with when you first get them. I don't know, it's not fun when you can't feel, so happy about that. In the last week, stitches have started to dissolve in some areas, so I have lost, or I guess they kind of come loose, so I have cut a few, but be really careful when you're trimming your stitches, because there was one that I thought was a big enough loop to fit the scissors in, and so I had it in there and I thought that I just closed down, but I really actually pulled, and I pulled the whole thing right out. And it didn't really hurt, but it did bleed a little bit, so I'd say just maybe leave that to your surgeon, because when you're looking in a mirror trying to cut and all, it's just awkward. So and it can be a little painful when you're pulling on the stitches, so just be careful with that. But otherwise, pain in general, not really having any pain. Maybe the odd time in this area right along the nose, you can kind of get a little sore, but really overall it's going pretty good. I've been trying to be more active, so for example, yesterday I woke up at around 8 in the morning. I did go on the treadmill for about 25 minutes, and I did do a little bit of weights, a little bit of core, squats and lunges, but you know, not like one set of each, nothing crazy. And I stayed pretty well active that whole day, just seeing friends, and then you know, going out a bit to curling game and stuff. And so I didn't get home till like midnight. So it was a full day of kind of being active, and I'm a little bit tired today, but I was up early to get to my surgeon's, you know, to get to the appointment and that. So, you know, it's coming back. The energy is coming back for sure, but there's still a long way to go. So I need to use the next 2 weeks to really build up my stamina, because it's getting back to work at that point. So speech is improving, but still feels a little awkward and a little off, and you know, I think it'll just come with time. Swelling definitely going down a bit more in the last few days, I think. So a little puffy still on the top, maybe a little on the sides, but you know, it's coming down and it's really cool. So I'll just do a little side profile. So I know I never put any before pictures of me up, and I'm just working on that, but I'll get that up so you can see maybe a bit of a difference. But yeah, I don't know, it's really, I hit a turning point I think in the last few days, and I'm really starting to feel like myself. And it's a hard thing to go through, because I think, you know, generally you're well when you go into this type of surgery. It's not like you had an accident and then you go in for surgery to fix it. So to be able to, you know, I did have some troubles eating, but really you're able to eat, function normally, you feel good, and then to be kind of debilitated a bit for a few weeks and just feel really crappy is hard, just kind of on your overall emotions and that. And I find now, you know, I'm kind of past that point, so really just hang in there if you're going through this, and recognize that it is going to be rough the first few weeks, and it just takes time, and be easy on yourself, and recognize that you're looking in the mirror all the time, and you're so critical of how you look and just the little things. So maybe I'd say even limit your time. Like I try not to really look in the mirror all that much anymore, because I found I was just, you know, looking at things and then over-analyzing it, and at this point it's hard to kind of remember how everything was before. So I don't know whether you know, was it like that before the surgery, or now is it like that because after. And so you just kind of, it's better to not overthink all that stuff. So that'd be one recommendation. Yeah, I mean, overall I really can't complain. I've been really lucky with my recovery. Thankfully I never had an infection or anything, and I know there's still time to go, and I'm really excited to see what the next few weeks bring. So I'm seeing my orthodontist in 2 weeks, as well as my surgeon again. So 2 weeks without any appointment, and I think I'll probably make an update at that point, unless something else crazy happens in the meantime, but I don't think anything really will. And yeah, for all you who are going to go through this, just it is a process, but time does go fast after the first few weeks, and I'm starting to kind of be a little bit happier with the results now than I was previous. So Anyway, if you have any questions, please let me know, and gotta work on that video for the before and after, but that'll come eventually. So anyway, I will hopefully make that update in 2 weeks. Thanks, bye.